Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to do some work to the old Compaq Portable. Now you're probably wondering what could possibly be wrong with this reliable piece of vintage technology. Well, it's ironically something we've already fixed, and it's not the freaking hard drive. No, the hard drive is still whirring along just as if it had just woken up in the year 1985, just like Mr. McFly. No, the reality is the keyboard is the problem. The keyboard is the problem, and it's sadly something we've already corrected. So I've got the keyboard already disassembled. I actually disassembled the keyboard about maybe a month ago. Actually a little longer than that. And the reason for doing so is because my replacement key contact pads are not doing the job. They're actually too high. They're too thick, and well, they just ain't working out for me. So, you know, I reached out to the woman who made them for me, the owner of Texelec.com, and I was surprised to find that not only did she acknowledge that there was a potential problem with some of the batches that she made earlier on, but she agreed to replace them at no charge. And I've got to say this. I'm just going to say this much. Number one, how fortunate are we, Compaq computer enthusiasts? How fortunate are we to not only be able to find replacement key contacts, but they're made by one of the best, most customer-oriented companies on planet Earth. And I was blown away. I did not expect to hear that she was going to send. I was going to pay for another set as long as they were, you know, a little bit different. But no charge. So, I am surprised at just how customer-oriented Texelec.com really is, and that's why I'm giving them my full endorsement in this video. Let's see if the new ones are any different from. Oh yes, they are. They are much thinner. So okay, this should solve our problem, right? I'm going to show you what I mean. So these are the replacement pads. Here's one. And you'll notice that it is about half the thickness of the previous batch. Looks like a different foam is used. No, it looks like the same foam, just a much thinner version. Look at that. That is going to solve our problem, guys. So it looks like the problem that we're having is this. And I think I mentioned this in a couple of my live feeds that you guys have been watching. And what was happening is I was getting phantom key presses. So you'd be typing along, trying to enter a simple DOS command, and then all of a sudden you would start getting random characters. And depending on which keys were malfunctioning, the whole system would just crash. So I took the keyboard apart, and I found that the replacement contact pads are too thick. If you look at the way they sit in the key contact well, they're basically right on the surface. They're almost level with the well itself. And what that creates is a situation where it only takes a light breeze for that contact to come into contact with the keyboard contact. And how many times can I say contact before I fall off my chair? Anyway, so it comes almost in direct contact against the board. So this is normally okay. This is a wonderful thing. Only when you don't want it to be. And that's like when you're, you know, using it. So anyway, I reached out to Texelec.com. I believe the owner's name is Sarah. And I reached out to Sarah and I said, hey, you know, I bought these contacts from you. Was wondering if there's any way you could make them any thinner. It's a wonderful product. They work, but they're just too thick for the application. And she said, you know, you're right, they are. And I've redesigned the product, and I will happily send you another set. And I said, okay, great. send me the bill, and I would love to get this moving. So she neglected to send me a bill. To my surprise, she actually sent them to me gratis, free of charge. That is something I was not expecting. I'm just not used to dealing with companies and private sellers who are that customer focused. So I want to take a moment to just praise Ms. Sarah. I won't say her last name, but I will praise Texelec.com. Let's just say that for just blowing me out of the water with their amazing customer service. And I actually received the new replacement pads today, and I'm going to show you what they look like. So if you've already done this job to your Compaq and you are having this problem, or to your Keytronic keyboard, you might want to give Texelec.com a ring, only if you're having the problem, because she redesigned them a few times, and they're handmade. I mean, these are a handmade item. You can't buy this in stores, but I'm going to show you what the first version or the previous version looks like. I don't have anything to measure them with, but you can see they're fairly thick compared to this. This is the new one. This is the old one, side by side. It's kind of difficult here. Put them in the palm of my hand, the palm of my hand, the palm. Look at that. So clearly she's gotten some feedback on these, and she has made the necessary changes. So it looks like it's the same, looks like an open cell foam, same construction, but just a bit thinner. And that, my friends, is going to solve my problem. So we got to dig these old ones out. It shouldn't take too much to get them out. Just go like that. We're not going to be reusing these ever again, so we can be destructive in our methods. So I know that 8-Bit Guy made a video similar to mine at around the same time. It's funny, I don't watch his channel, and I know damn well he doesn't watch mine. So it's kind of ironic how we did the same thing at the same time. 8-Bit Guy has been doing, I don't know how long he's been doing his YouTube channel, but he knows his stuff. I mean, he takes this hobby seriously, whereas I really don't. I don't take YouTube very seriously. I don't put any effort in my methods, in my editing. I just throw videos up and see what happens. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. But if you really are into the vintage computer hobby, collecting, restoring, or just curious, definitely check his channel out, because he's really spot on. Look at this, they just pop right out. These actually are designed to lock in, and they do actually lock in pretty well. The one problem I had with this one, though, is my circuit board had some oxidization going on, and I was getting a lot of dead keys from the get-go. So I took it apart, and I grabbed some steel wool, and I went to town. I just sort of lightly buffed the contacts. You don't want to sand them down. You don't want to do anything, because they are actually aluminized, and you don't want to ruin that coating. So it's all in good fun. So yeah, these need to come out, and then the new ones need to go in. Oh, that one. Oh, you know what? I just realized I got cats here, and they're gonna eat these. So I want to make sure I clean the floor when I'm done. So these are the new contacts from Texelec.com, and believe me, they deserve the publicity. If 5 people watch this video and 1 person orders a set of these contacts, you won't be disappointed. Alright, so to get these, I'm not going to run through them all, but this is what I learned when I did the previous ones. Number 1, your hands need to be clean. Clean, clean, clean. In fact, you should probably wear gloves. Why would you wear gloves? Well, because the oils in your fingers, sweat, oils, whatever dirt, grime is on your hands, will contaminate the metallized polymer and cause potential corrosion over time. That corrosion will lead to non-functioning keys, and there's no warranty against that. So, put some out on the table here. And then you're going to take the key, you're going to press it from the bottom, you're going to raise it up to the top of the deck. You're going to press this baby in there. You're going to want to take a small screwdriver to kind of work in the edges of the base clear plastic disc. You're going to hear an audible click. And that baby is secure. It should not fall out. If it does, you may have not done it correctly. So I'm going to do one more. Just take your little screwdriver, gently, until it clicks. Okay, just like that. And that's it. It's that simple. If you happen to find a defective contact or pad, like this one here, I don't know if you can see it on camera very well, but it's a little bit crooked. It's like punched off center or something. That's okay because you get plenty of spares. So don't worry about that. You'll be alright. It's time consuming. Absolutely. But it's a labor of love. Knowing that you have saved another vintage relic from the scrap heap. Just like that. This one. Sometimes you gotta really dig. There we go. You want to hear that click. That nice, satisfying. That you're looking for. There we go. And I check them. You know, I do a few presses of the key just to make sure that the pad or the metallized top surface doesn't scrape up against the key well, because if it does, then it's probably a defective pad and you got to grab another one, just as I had done previously. Real simple. It's kind of like a Zen garden. Now, if you do happen to touch one of these contact pads, it's okay. It's not the end of the world for you. All you've got to do is get some rubbing alcohol and a lint-free cloth and just clean it very ever so gingerly. Okay, so at this point we've got this all done up. New pads. Now we need to reassemble it. Now I will tell you this, before I connected with the company who made these, or the actual person who made them, my plan was to, because I didn't realize that she had been making, you know, thinner pads. So I was actually working on a solution that involved shimming the board to gain more clearance between the key wells and the keyboard. And you know something, that was not working out, and I'm kind of glad it didn't, because then I wouldn't have gotten these more modified contact pads. So this goes on like this. And then have to drive in all them screws. But I was trying to come up with a way to shim the entire assembly, and it was like absolutely disastrous. It was not happening. It did solve the problem to an extent, just a little bit, but ultimately it failed, and it was just getting to be extremely kludgy, and I don't know what she... You good? Okay. So yeah, this is kind of miraculous, because a lot, like I would say a bulk of the vintage computers out there might have a problem like this, and there is no commercially available solution. You have to engineer your own solution or give up. And that seems to be quite common, unfortunately. But for the Compaq, because they used a Keytronic keyboard, that was in production for a very long time, there are solutions. And I've got to thank the vintage keyboard market for actually making the demand strong enough for somebody to produce these pads, because those Keytronic keyboards, certain models of them are actually quite desirable, and if it wasn't for the people who were desiring them, there would be no market for replacement pads. It just, all the planets aligned to make this possible, and that is very rare and just very unusual. So I'm going to reassemble the board, but before I put it back into its clamshell and seal it up, we're going to do a test. We're going to do a key test on every key, and I actually think I have the factory key testing application. I believe it's part of the original software package that I have. Thank God. So we can test every key and make sure she's all good and right. Now, I may need to clean individual, so what I'm going to do is take an inventory of keys that don't work, because it's probably going to happen. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean the pads with a cotton swab if needed. Sometimes during the production of these contact pads, the metallized polymer can develop, you know, like a haze or something on it. I was hoping that by wearing gloves I can prevent that from happening in the first place, but, you know, things happen. There's a lot of screws. Takes a little bit of patience, but it's well worth it. At the end of the day, we've got a vintage computer that is 100% restored, that is worth a couple $100 to the right person. Maybe that person is you. Maybe it's not. Anyway. Okay, here we go. Fire in the hole. She's quite slow. Well, after 35 years, you know, you kind of give it a little credit where credit is due. I mean, I'm 35 and I'm slow as shit, so, you know. And, it happens. It happens, you know. Okay. I installed a program called MenuWorks, and so the whole point of this is to take the entire DOS kingdom and slam it into a menu format, and it works pretty well. We're gonna exit that. So far so good, but we haven't really done a full key test, so alright. QWERTY U, I, O, P, sometimes Y. far, so good. A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, semicolon, apostrophe, tilde, or whatever the hell that thing is. Reverse apostrophe. Anyway. Let's check the shift keys. A. All the shift keys work. Okay, numlock is off, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. I missed it. Okay. I didn't hit the 7 key, that's why. Okay. Well, as of this point, I mean, so far everything is working. Caps lock. Good to go. And what's cool about this is now that we have the correct space, the correct sized contact pad, I can go like this, and as long as I don't depress the key, I don't get a false key press. So I'm going to go into the, I think I have, is it in the, where is that folder? There is a folder, I think it's in DOS. And it's going to have, yeah, I think it's in there. Is it? Oh, that's, yeah, there it is. So this is the original Compaq demonstration software, and I believe it does have a little bit of a diagnostic element to it as well. So, getting down to business. Let's celebrate. Time to play. What you have. Quit. Okay, so there is no diagnostics. I thought there was a diagnostics suite built into this. Let's see, number 4, what I have. This should be like a system information. Yeah, okay. Alright. So we're gonna go to 5. I'm pleased as punch at this point. I think we're out of the woods. Yes, I am like ecstatic because it's like this system is now, it's where it needs to be. We've got the hard drive fixed, and now the keyboard is fixed for real. Before it was fixed, yeah, kinda, but it was giving me all sorts of problems. But I'm pretty sure that there is a diagnostic piece built into this. Oh, it's called test.exe. The reason I want to run that is because I want to make sure the function keys all work. Oh no, there is no such thing. Oh yeah, run the diagnostic steps. Keyboard, number 3. I'm going to say that a full 99% of the remaining Compaq portables are missing that diagnostic suite. If you need a copy of it, let me know. I am more than happy to make a copy. It's easy to do, and I'll put it on a 5¼ inch floppy. You're going to have to pay me, you're going to have to send me a floppy disk though. That's the one caveat. And I'm going to charge you for my time. Won't be much. $5? How's that $5 sound? You send me a disc, $5, and I'll give you the diagnostic suite. Sound like a deal? I think I can do that. Alright, no guarantees. Let's see. Keyboard number 3. Are all the installed devices listed? Yes. Input your choice. Run the test once. 0. Just doing a system check for some reason. Okay. I'll give it some time to do that. Okay, we're now down to the keyboard test, and we're going to check every key. So starting with F1, F2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Escape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So far, so good. Okay. that one. Good. Looks like we are batting 1,000 here. Perfect score. Every key works. Press yes for enter. Yes, then enter. Okay, good. So we have passed. There is no parallel printer connected. Okay. And now it's going to run a video diagnostics. Yes, it's okay. Yes, it's okay. Yes. Yes. Yep. Now it's checking every video mode. Yes, all good. Yes, it's all good. Thank you. 640 by 200, yes. Do I want to test the light pen? Now that really, that's a blast from the past. I don't have a light pen, so no. Okay, we're done. We're good. We can abort the test. I think we've pretty much proven that the machine works. And that concludes our video. So once again, Texelec.com. Thank you very much for solving my problem, and for you just went above and beyond the call of what I was expecting from any company, period. So I thank you a million times for that one. On that note, enjoy your old Compaqs and have a nice day.